The Mobile County Public School System presents Homeroom with Nancy Pierce.
Hello and welcome to Homeroom. I'm Nancy Pierce, Public Relations Supervisor for the Mobile County Public School System, and it's so good to have you here. We finished Mardi Gras, lots of beads. I hope you got the beads that you wanted. And we always have a very great thing going on at Augusta Evans after you have caught your beads. And it's a good thing for you, it's a good thing for Augusta Evans, and a good thing for Krispy Kreme donuts too. And so here to tell us all about it is the principal of Augusta Evans, Mr. Alan Baggett. Good to have you here.
No, I'm glad to be here, and good morning to everybody.
Yeah, well, okay, we've got lovely beads here, wonderful beads. And did you go to Mardi Gras, by the way?
Yes.
Did you collect beads?
Yes.
Okay, all right, just checking. So, you've been doing this for quite a while, collecting the beads.
I think this is our 11th year.
Yeah, that's a long, that's quite a long time.
Right.
So, starting Monday, people can take their beads to Krispy Kreme.
Yes.
But that's not the best part. What's the best part? Well, there are a lot of good parts to this. It's a win-win-win-win situation.
Right. Well, first, it's the greatest recycling program there is probably in this country.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the person who catches the beads can get a Walmart bag, fill it up. That's about 12 pounds. And take it into the Krispy Kreme out on Hillcrest and switch it for a dozen of donuts. And what that does for us is that Krispy Kreme collects it over a 3-day period that starts this Monday and runs through Wednesday. And those 3 days they collect them. Some of my staff will be out there to help them. And last year, I want to say, well, we probably collected between 20 and 40 tons of Mardi Gras beads.
20 and 40 tons? I can't even fathom that. I can't imagine what it looks like.
Well, we have a box, a container that's 4 feet high, 4 feet wide, and 4 feet deep.
Yeah.
And they fill that up. Last year we had 40 of those, 40 something of those.
Wow.
And now our kids, Krispy Kreme collects them.
Uh-huh.
And you can go out there, you'll start seeing them boxed up out there by Hillcrest. You'll see a huge section there that contains Mardi Gras beads, and they collect them. The Mobile County Public School System will go and pick them up and take them to their warehouse. And right now, because of the lack of space, when we need the Mardi Gras beads, we call distribution, and they send a truck over there and drop off 6 of those big crates of beads. And our students from there, the first thing that we do is clean them by steaming them and disinfect it. And then we do, we sort them.
According to color, size, what?
Well, it's texture. Like these right here are Mardi Gras, or what we call sugar beads.
Because they're so big or what?
Yeah, they're bigger, round. And the regular beads are the little small, round beads. And then designer beads are all the rest of them. The ones that maybe were made for specific organization or an event or something like that.
Sugar beads, little beads.
So our kids learn to sort them.
Yeah.
And then it also helps them to, to count. There's a lot of different things. And then packaging. And we have a little quality control, that they have to meet. And they take a lot of pride in doing it.
I love that program. I really do. Do you have a certain age group, or do any of your students do it, or all your students do it, or what?
Well, right now, our program is geared towards all those students that are 19, 20, and 21. Right now, the Alabama State Department of Education requires all our kids up into the 12th grade to do, to master extended standards that are based on the Alabama course of study.
Right.
And so, but after the 12th grade year, that has really not applied, so we can work on specific job skills. After a student has been in public school for 12 years, or how long he or she has been there, as far as our kids, I think after, they're academically are probably going to be they're going to have achieved as much as they possibly could have. So my idea was to take those students that are 19, 20, and 21, put them in a job training program, have a transition teacher that would go out there and in the private sector and look for job opportunities for our kids. And we've been pretty successful. We have placed probably a half dozen students in
That's
paid
great.
employment.
What kind of positions?
Well, in the past, we've actually had a student work at Krispy Kreme.
Oh, really?
We've had one work at U-Haul. And we've had 2 or 3 work at different restaurants. And right now, just recently, I was working with Brian Hack, and he helped me. He was very instrumental in getting one of our students employed at our cafeteria on a part-time basis. So I hope
great.
the school system is going to open that up a little bit more so we can get more kids in those part-time positions.
That's wonderful. Let's get back to the beads for just a minute. How long does it take it? You've got 3 days of collection, 17th, 18th, 19th of March, and then you'll get the beads, they'll bring them over when you need them. How long do they work on this? For a long time? I mean, you've got that many beads, 40 tons, 20 tons. Whoa, I still can't get that in my head as far as how many that is. Will that take till the end of the year? Will it take just a week or 2, or what? It's got to take a long time.
Yes, it takes the entire year.
Does it?
And right now, we have so many people that we supply beads to for Mardi Gras that they start off the kids in August start off way behind what we need.
Okay.
And our teacher, Miss Mulvey, she keeps very close tabs on how much we need, the progress that we're going, and whatever. The kids only do the Mardi Gras beads an hour and 15 minutes a day because there's an academic course that's involved where we teach the job-related skills in that, and then we have a greenhouse and a landscaping program. So a student may start off in the academic class, hour and 15 minutes doing math and reading, whatever, and then goes to the greenhouse or the landscaping class for an hour and 15 minutes, PE, and then they go from there to the bead program.
Beads. Yeah, what a great deal. And you sell the beads back to the different Mardi Gras organizations.
And the public.
And the public.
But it's hard. People call and want to buy beads, and of course, when it's in August, September, October, November, we don't know where we're going to be at the quota at the end of the year, so we put them on a waiting list. And we also we have the Bayport Parade that kicks off with the Condies. The Condies come, they have the first parade, and then the following morning, that Saturday morning, our students ride downtown, and it's Bayport Parade has a lot of different organizations, MARC, the Project Search, ourself. We usually supply the beads to all those.
Oh, okay.
We usually supply about 100 cases of beads.
It just amazes me. I just cannot fathom how many that would be, and you've done it for 11 years. Why are you doing this? Because you get money for it, and that's a big part of it. Is it a lot of money? I mean, maybe I shouldn't ask, but the school ends up getting money for the beads.
Right. Well, the bottom line to any school is the bottom line becomes student achievement. How well the kids master their benchmarks and goals for completing tasks, or like a reading or math. But the key to that, to get the maximum out of a student, you have to find a way to intrinsically motivate them to want to do the math, to want to do the reading. And the way we do that is we have a school-wide token economy. And
we're going to have to take a break. Will you hold that thought?
Sure.
Token economy. All right. I'll remember that too, so we can come back to that. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
It started for me when I went into the first grade, and then I went on to George Hall Elementary School, and from there to Williamson, where I graduated. The public school system, it had a great impact on me because not only did it prepare me academically for my future career, but it also prepared me for life. Because of its diversity of students and teachers, it really gave me a well-rounded education.
So Nicholas. How was your day at school today?
It was great. We had fun in class today.
So what did you do differently today at school? I mean, anything, any new projects?
We got a progress report today.
You got your progress reports today? So how did you do?
Don't know.
You don't know. That's okay. We can check that right here. Wow. Nicholas.
So this is my computer.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Click it.
Yes.
Okay.
I cursor in between the R and the E. When I say dot, I want you to just push the period.
She's gonna love me all over again now.
That's it. Jamaica, here you come.
Here we go.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. And I did it by myself. Feel smarter.
Welcome back to Homeroom. I'm Nancy Pearson. With me is Alan Baggett. He is a principal of Augusta Evans School, one of our fabulous schools. And we're talking about beads. That's one of the subjects we're talking about. These are great. These sugar beads, they are so good. So these are from Mardi Gras, of course, and you can take them to Krispy Kreme and Hillcrest, and you'll get, if you take how many pounds? 12 pounds?
12 pounds.
If you take 12 pounds in, you'll get a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. So it's a good deal for everybody.
Right.
And then your students will take care of them, will wash them, sort them, and sell them to different organizations and just to the general public.
Right.
And it's a fundraiser. How important is this? And then we're going to talk about token economy.
Well, the importance of it is tied to the token economy.
Okay, good.
So,
yay.
You know, the task is to find a way to intrinsically motivate the students so that they will try their best every time they sit down, whether it's in a math class, reading class, job training class, and the reason why all the employees in the Mobile County Public School System are intrinsically motivated is because we're going to get paid at the end of the month.
Right.
So when the student completes a task, she or he earns a certain amount of points. At the end of the day, that's totaled. A student has to maintain an 80% average. In other words, he's got to he or she has got to achieve at least 80% of the goals that they started out that day. And they get paid or earn the points by completing those different subject areas. Now, the key to that is for the teachers to work right at the level where the student is. And we want them to go past that level, to learn more, to become more knowledgeable about whatever skill that they're working on. And the way that we do that is we have that token economy. And so the student can earn up to a certain amount of points during the day. And then we have a school store on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that they can go and spend their points. All the classroom teachers have a classroom ledger, and they have the student's name just like the bank. We keep up with how many points they have. The teacher takes the ledger over to the store, and tells the people, the employment training people that we've got working over there and the students, how many points the student has got. So if the student wants a drink or a snack or something like that, he or she can purchase it. Also, we have a layaway plan too for the students. In fact, they can, if they wanted a more expensive item, say they wanted to work for a CD, they could take the picture of the CD, as long as it's parent approved, and they can take the CD to the teacher, and the teacher can put a little picture of it into our little window that we have some of our layaway products, and the teacher will set a price like 750 points or 300 points, 200 points, and then the student can work to achieve that. And we try to put them in a position like you and I are in, because you only have a certain amount of points. And so you have to make that decision, do I need a drink or a snack, or do I put it aside for the bigger item?
Sure.
And so it's great. And what's really great is that I would say probably over 90% of our students work they complete their task. They do a great job. That token economy drives everything.
That's great.
And the token economy is researched, the research bears it out, the effectiveness of it.
Well, and it's everyday life. You know, like you said, you and I, everybody else.
Right.
You-
Now we have 270 students at Augusta Evans, and probably 90% of them participate. I'm not going to say 90%. I'd say about 80% or 75% participate in the token economy. The rest cannot, and not because it's just the ability level. It's tied to ability level, but that takes quite a bit of money to do that. So if imagine 150 students and trying to acquire what they're willing to work for, as long as it's in reason. You know, it takes a little bit of money. We spend anywhere from around $700 to $1,000 on our token economy per month. And the bead program, which allows us to do that because the money that we make from the bead program supports our token economy, supports different things or materials, equipment that we need. For instance, we have been looking for a comprehensive math curriculum and a comprehensive reading language arts curriculum that would go from K through 12. And that way it would put a little consistency in our program. And so, but that cost a lot of money. Last year we had a committee and we chose the equals math curriculum. We purchased it last year, but each, I want to say each box of materials, I want to say they cost about $1,200 or something like that. And so when we bought 6, that's quite a bit of money. But the math program has made a big impact. The teachers love it. The kids are really motivated by it. And it's been a huge success.
That's wonderful. And so this bead program is so important. It really is.
Right.
And I mean, it happens every year. People are used to it. They'll save their beads, and then they'll make sure they get them. Because, you know, who doesn't like a Krispy Kreme donut? Maybe not a dozen, but it's such an important program for the community and for you and for the kids to learn all of these things. And then have it work with a token economy.
Right.
That's wonderful. Tell me a little bit. We're going to have take a break pretty soon, but let's talk about Augusta Evans. It is called a special school, so explain it to me.
Augusta Evans is it was a school. The school has been there since 1952, but in 1968 they recharted it as a school for special needs. And our population has ranged from about 300 to about 240. Now, right now, we have approximately 270. And there's a wide range of disabilities. We have a large group of autistic children, Down syndrome. We have a lot of students with different disorders or syndromes, Rett syndrome, different things like that. So it's a unique school as far as that. We also have, the school is also divided into an elementary program, and then we have what we consider the intermediate program. Then we have a high school program, and then we have our job training program. So
And you take children through the age of 21. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
What we try to do is we try to make the transition from elementary to intermediate, from intermediate into high school, and high school into job training program. We try to make it, you know, where it's all, it's building on one another, you know, and towards the end, the bottom goal here for all of our students, of course, realistically, that's not going to happen, but we try our best to get them to the position where when they leave Augusta Evans, they will be in some sort of paid employment position, which, you know, we're trying to, you know, part-time positions are perfect for this population, and you know, we work really hard with them.
I know that I've seen the kids. I've gone to graduation many times, and they're very happy that they have graduated. But then on the other hand, I think there's a little sadness because it's quite a family that you have there, and they love each other, and the faculty, and you. And all of a sudden, when they graduate, that's going to be gone.
It's a traumatic thing. You know, we have our prom is just off the charts. My staff, my faculty and staff work so hard for these children. Not only do they have the cognitive or physical disability that they have to deal with, they also have to deal with a lot of them poverty. 80% of our kids are on free or reduced lunch. And so it's a combination of two burdens that, you know, that really, that we deal with. And our staff has just, you know, they step up every year. They work as hard as they possibly can. They just do a great job. The kids love it at Augusta Evans. There's no threat. There's no criticism. The only thing you have to do is work hard and earn those points.
It is truly amazing. Graduation just is a fabulous event. It is just a fabulous event. Well, we need to take a break. I want to talk about the new Augusta Evans that will be opening next fall.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, we'll be right back. You don't want to miss that.
I transferred to Viger High School halfway through my sophomore year, and the curriculum there, the instructors, teachers, the whole thing was just a shock to me. At Viger, you were encouraged to critically think, and so I was just well-grounded to move on into college football and then on into the NFL. Well, for me, Viger High School was the start. It's where I started, and I'm very proud of that.
Nationwide, an average of 24 children die each year.
And another 17,000 are injured in bus-related accidents.
Many of these can be prevented. The safety of our children comes first.
For the safety of our future, obey all traffic laws related to school bus safety.
Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell, Director of Transportation for the Mobile County Public School System. We're asking you to obey all bus safety laws. It could save a life. Remember, stop ahead when you see red. Our future depends on it.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
And welcome back. I'm Nancy Pierce with Principal Alan Baggett from the Augusta Evans School, and we're talking about the collection of beads and how you can help out. And also, we talked about a great program called your Token program.
Right.
And you wanted to say one more thing about that before we move on.
Right. Well, the token, each student has what we call a behavior card. And the behavior card, it addresses behavior, but it also addresses the academics. So each student carries this card around with them all day long, which teaches responsibility.
Right.
When you come out to Augusta Evans, you can try to negotiate that behavior card from that student, but they're probably not going to give it up.
Give it to you?
Because it means so much to them at the end of the day when they give it to the teacher and the teacher records what they have. And that's how we keep up with, you know, who's earning what.
And we were talking also before the break about this is kindergarten through 21. And also you take children from other counties, not just Mobile County.
Well, the way that works is if I moved into the Mobile area, and I just had a parent call me yesterday from South Carolina that was moving down here and saw our school on the website. We were talking and she asked me what's the procedure for getting into my school? Well, the procedure is if you have a student in Mobile County, say at one of the elementary schools, high schools, or middle schools, and you think that they would be an excellent candidate for Augusta Evans, the case manager or the child's special education teacher would contact their resource teacher. Their resource teacher will contact Augusta Evans, my assistant principal, who is Miss Asha Kidd, who does a fantastic job. She will arrange where one of our teachers would go out and do an observation of the child. And when the teacher goes out there, she's under pressure because we tell her that we want to make sure that the public school is doing everything that they possibly can for the child. And if they are, and they're working really hard, but we think that we could better serve the student, that teacher will come back. We have a selection committee, and all of them will have a narrative of every child that they have observed, and they will go around and talk about each child, and then they will vote and to see if the child would make a good student at Augusta Evans, and then we recommend it. They have an IEP meeting, and the child is IEP'd here. Now, if you come from out of county or out of state, you have to do the same process. You have to go into their child's normal district school and follow that same process. But if you come from out of state or a different county and your IEP says a public day school, well, instead of doing the going from public day school into a district school, we just have an IEP meeting, invite the people in at the school, have the IEP meeting, and go from there.
And that's an individual education plan, IEP.
Yes.
One of those educationese words. We have about 4 minutes, and I want to talk about the new school, and I know you do. All right, so Augusta Evans is getting a brand new school. Location where the Hillcrest Middle School used to be.
Right.
Very close to us out here off Cody Road.
Right.
Tell me about it.
The school is fantastic. The school system budgeted, I think, $10.5 million. It came in at, I want to say, $11.4 million. It was a little over cost, but they've done just a great job. It's a huge site. Right now at Augusta Evans, that plant, the entire plant under roof is around 53,000 square feet. The new school is 77,000 square feet.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yep.
A lot bigger.
And each classroom is anywhere from 200 to 300 square feet larger. So the classrooms are larger, the halls are larger. It's all special. It was built with students with special needs in mind. They have electric doors, and it's very secure. You know, very. It's just a great place.
When are you moving in?
It looks like we're going to be moving in August. I was hoping that we would move in by the sometime before the year ended, because I wanted the kids to not only, you know, see what the school system has provided for them, but the playground as well.
You have an incredible playground and it's unbelievable because you and a lot of people raised how much money for this? Playgrounds are very expensive for special needs kids.
Right.
More so than otherwise.
Myself and Miss Dr. Deborah Walks was looking at a way to raise money, and I followed her suggestion, and we created a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And there's too many people. I think there's 15 board members that sit on that, and we vote as to what to do with the money that we collect.
Yeah.
Well, the foundation board was created to raise money for the playground. And in the past 3 or 4 years, we were able to raise around approximately $300,000.
Wow.
But the playground, when you start looking at playgrounds for special needs children, it's expensive. And just the surface area of this playground cost, I want to say, around $120,000. But it's a 5-foot free fall, which means the student could actually fall 5 feet and suffer no injury, no serious injury. We have to do that. And the equipment that's on it is just fantastic. There's a lot of interactive stuff that's on the playground. It's going to be tremendous. The kids are absolutely going to go ballistic when they see it.
That's great.
They're going to love it.
Wow. So now come next August, you will be in there. We are almost out of time. So glad to have you here. Remember your beads, Monday the 17th, 18th, 19th. Krispy Kreme at Hillcrest, no other one, another Krispy Kreme.
And let me just say that, you know, I really want to thank Bob Glidden and Chris Brooks from Krispy Kreme for working with us, because I know Krispy Kreme spends a great deal of money when you're talking about a 12-pound bag of beads for a dozen donuts, and you got anywhere from 20 to 40 tons of Mardi Gras beads.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit of money that they put out, and I just want to you know, thank Krispy Kreme.
Good.
And
Bob,
I thank Chris, and Joe McAleer.
I thank you for coming. You have to come back
I appreciate
later.
it.
And thank you for watching.